Welcome to our presentation. Today, me, Tanaz, and Ojasvi would like to present to you Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is a company which has many sub-brands along with it, as you can see. Moving on to the brand summary. This brand just started from an auto garage to now having 1,700 retail stores and gas bars. Also known as CTC, it has proudly served customers across Canada for over 100 years. With retail innovation and products and services designed to make life better, CTC has been improving and has made its mark in the world. Moving on to its mission, CTC creates a brand which has been known for it to make life better in Canada. Its focus has always been the generations to come. Now let's have a look at the vision of this company. CTC has a journey to create a culture where belonging thrives and diversity, inclusion, and equity are infused in everything they do. Their strategic focus areas have always been culture, people, community, and customers. Now we have a look at its values. Innovators and entrepreneurs are its core values. Driving from outcomes, inclusion has always been a must. It creates a motto of being stronger together and taking personal responsibility. Let's analyze the three key industry trends that we think has impacted Canadian Tire. First being inflation. Inflation is here, so let's beat it. It has been a topic of great concern in many parts of the world and has a disproportionate impact on the Canadian market as well. The consumers are changing their spending habits to cope with the rising prices with the offset of the inflationary pressure on the top line to counter the price and volume effects. The next has been e-commerce. It is here to stay after the pandemic, and Canadian Tire has also benefited from this trend as well. It has changed from a lot from offline stores shopping to online shopping as well. There have been several issues with this as well, with regarding the rise of prices and unavailability of products, but it has been a steady improvement. Immigration has been another concept that has caused a challenge to Canadian Tire. Canada's newcomers have been shaping the Canadian retail market for years and will continue to do so. According to the statistics, as of 2021, Canada had a total of 8.1 million people that have been immigrated. And this increase has caused an increase in demand for higher end products and niche products. Moving on, we'd now like to analyze the SWOT analysis, the success story of Canadian Tire. The digital capabilities have improved by having a digital loyalty program which focuses on personalized promotions and rewards for its customers. As we mentioned, the online products have now made it easier to order online and pick up in store by having partnerships like with DoorDash to offer even same-day deliveries. Canadian Tire has implemented augmented reality and virtual reality technologies for its select stores by making it a new and great experience for the customers. Let's have a look at the SWOT analysis of Canadian Tire. Firstly, the strengths. It has been the strongest market share in the central and eastern Canada. Also, the wide portfolio of products that it has with its services in retail, finance, and real estate have made it very strong. Although it has some weaknesses as well, like the website has always been an issue for the customers and have often had bad reviews. The rise in credit delinquencies has also been a major issue. An opportunity to grow arises from hosting electric vehicle charging stations for Canadian Tire, and also we could have an improvement in private labels to improve the margins. The external threats that have been noticed are the increasing competition in the in store and online retail segments, and the weaker Canadian dollars may impact the import costs, affecting the margins also. Moving on.
Thank you, Tanaz. To speak about three key external environmental factors that heavily impact Canadian tires, addressing the economic factor first. According to the Canadian Tire Public First Economic Report, Canadian Tire has a symbiotic relationship with its associate dealers who own and operate the majority of Canadian Tire stores. The company provides support to its associate dealers in the form of marketing, merchandising, and supply chain management, which has helped them grow their businesses and drive sales for Canadian Tire. Moving on to the robust customer engagement through Triangle Reward System, this program is a loyalty program that awards customers with points for purchases made at Canadian Tire stores and other partner retailers. The program has over 10 million members and has been successful in driving customer engagement and loyalty. While the previous points were about positive economic factors, let's also take a note of negative economic factor, which is the softer housing demands and rising credit delinquencies. Softer housing demands and rising credit delinquencies have impacted Canadian Tire's financial services businesses. The company has seen a decline in the number of new accounts and an increase in credit delinquencies, which has impacted its revenue and profitability heavily. Moving on to technological factors, Canadian Tire has been investing heavily in digital capabilities to improve customer experience and drive sales. The company has launched several digital initiatives such as the Canadian Tire app, online shopping, and curbside pickup, which have been successful in driving sales and improving customer service. However, Canadian Tire's website experienced issues during high demand periods, especially during pandemic, which impacted customer experience. The company has been working to improve its website infrastructure to prevent such issues from occurring in future. The third factor is the social factors. Canadian Tire has the strongest market share in Central and Eastern Canada and other provinces. The company has a strong presence in these regions and has been successful in driving sales and improving customer experience by engaging actively with their target consumers. Finally, the Canadian Tire COVID-19 Response Fund helped Canadians and communities respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. In April 2020, the company donated $5 million to support healthcare and community workers at the front lines and relief and response efforts. The fund included two donations of $1 million each to the Canadian Red Cross and United Way Centraid Canada, as well as up to $3 million in personal protective equipment and essential products from across the multiple groups of companies it's associated with. They have also managed to maintain steady profits during this period of turmoil, as shown in the chart. Now addressing the best case and worst case scenario. One scenario that can have a desirable outcome for Canadian Tire is the successful implementation of its digital transformation strategy. By leveraging technology, Canadian Tire can improve its supply chain management, inventory management, and customer service. This can lead to increased revenue, profitability, and customer satisfaction. Canadian Tire plans a $2.2 billion investment to enhance the connection between its digital and physical channels, introducing the Concept Connect store format to around 225 Canadian Tire stores. In other strategic move, Canadian Tire is investing nearly $700 million to fortify its supply chain, funding automation, and expanding warehouse space, including the development of a 1.3 million square foot e-commerce fulfillment facility in the GTA. As part of its forward-looking strategy, Canadian Tire is allocating a $500 million investment to modernize its IT infrastructure, aiming for operational efficiency, increased agility, and the incorporation of new technologies to deliver an enhanced customer experience. On the other hand, a scenario with a less desirable outcome for Canadian Tire is the failure to adapt to inflation and consumer demands. Inflation and higher interest rates, coupled with 10 interest rate hikes in less than 18 months, have created significant financial strain for Canadian consumers, leading to reduced spending on discretionary goods, prompting Canadian Tire to withdraw its long-term profit target and growth goals. Facing economic challenges amid high inflation and a tough retail environment, Canadian Tire also decided to cut approximately 3% of its workforce in the fourth quarter of 2023, impacting both current employees and vacant positions, as the company anticipated reduced consumer spending and increased financial pressure. Moving on to why HR planning is necessary. Addressing this question in context of Canadian Tire's overall analysis, it is necessary to ensure that it has the right people with the right skills and at the right time. HR planning can help the company to identify its current and future human resource needs, develop strategies to meet those needs, and monitor the effectiveness of those strategies. A successful HR plan can help Canadian Tire to achieve its business objectives, improve employee morale and productivity, and finally reduce employee turnover. In order to do so, there are steps to succeed in such HR plan. The first step would be that the company should identify its current and future human resource needs based on its business objectives, growth plans, and market trends. Moving on to developing strategies to meet the said needs should be a natural next step. These strategies should include recruitment, training and development, performance management, compensation, and benefits as well. Then, implementing these strategies and monitoring their effectiveness. The company should also make necessary adjustments to its strategies based on the feedback and changing business needs. And finally, the company should evaluate the effectiveness of its HR plan on a regular basis. The company should use metrics such as employee turnover rate, employee satisfaction, and productivity to measure the success of its HR plan. With this, we would like to conclude the presentation. Thank you.